Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from the SALT Conference in New York City. Joining us for this segment, we have John Darsie. He's Managing Director at SALT, also a partner at SkyBridge. We're going to discuss some of the key themes that we're hearing out of the conference, as well as investment opportunities while also managing our risky environment. John, it's great to see you. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks for having me.
What are some of the higher level themes that you're discussing at SALT as it relates to the future of the investment industry?
Yeah, I think obviously AI has permeated a lot of different industries, but there's been a lot of discussion on a lot of different panels around how does AI and sort of the rapid deployment of AI in today's environment affect the asset management community. And I think, whether it's fund to funds, managers that we heard from, or OCIOs, or institutional investors, or tech investors, is how does this AI landscape sort of transform all different industries, but how is it going to affect how they deploy capital and tools that might be at their disposal that they didn't have before. I think that's one of the big things.
Are you hearing it's not AI versus the humans in terms of asset allocation or stock picking? Is it more of a blend of the two?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's this one discussion around AI that it's going to displace people's jobs and it's going to create joblessness and a whole new set of issues in our society. But I think what people have been focused on is that it's going to make us all sort of superheroes. It's going to put all these new tools at our fingertips. It's going to make us all data scientists. It's going to just unlock all this value that's going to make people's jobs different. There's still going to be people that need to be creative and need to understand how to read data sets and things like that, but AI is just going to give you a tremendous set of tools that you need to spend time learning how to use ChatGPT and use these tools that are now at your disposal. But yeah, humans definitely going to have a irreplaceable role in the process.
Given you're a partner at SkyBridge, how is the firm thinking about investment opportunities, creating opportunities in a risky environment?
Yeah, we try to be opportunistic in environments like this, and I think Anthony Scaramucci, our founder and managing partner, as well as other members of our team, have sort of made their careers during times of distress and coming out of times of distress. So right now, both in terms of our core products and in terms of, on a parent company level, looking for opportunities to make investments into distressed areas of the market, whether that be really attractive opportunities in private markets. We're raising a fund that's out there publicly, I think, but around trying to take advantage of some of the dislocations that we've seen in private growth markets. A lot of really high quality tech companies that maybe didn't have the type of runway that they thought they might have, or ability to raise money the way they thought they would, and so there's opportunities to buy some of those companies or invest in those companies at lower valuations. So being opportunistic on that side of things, we're very excited about. But then also at the parent company level, SkyBridge has evolved over the years. In 2005, it started as a hedge fund seeding business, and the hedge fund seeding business was going okay, but Anthony sought the opportunity to buy Citigroup's alternative investments unit in 2010, coming out of the crisis as banks were raising capital as a result of Dodd-Frank. I think there's going to be some consolidation in the investment management industry today, and we're in a very strong position with cash on our balance sheet and a strong core business that we're looking for opportunities to continue to diversify our business through mergers, acquisitions, and things like that might arise as a result of the distressed environment that we're in.
Right, certainly added value too, of course. As you think about SALT going forward, what does the future look like?
Yeah, we're really excited about everything that we've been doing with SALT. So again, I wear two hats, but I spend a lot of my time growing SALT globally. One of the first things I did about 6 years ago when I took over SALT was expand to the Middle East. So we work in partnership with the sovereign wealth funds. We have Mubadala here today speaking. They spoke on a session yesterday. One of the sovereign wealth funds of Abu Dhabi, $300 billion manager, very active as a venture capital investor today, directly into private companies, as well as investing into funds. But really excited about the global expansion of SALT, where we have that presence in Abu Dhabi now. We have our event in Singapore, so sort of creating that bridge from North America through the Middle East into Asia, connecting global investors and sort of getting everybody in the room collaborating on a number of different things. So really excited about that. And I think the format of SALT has evolved over the years. I think in the early days of SALT, there was a lot of glitz and glamour. You had a lot of politicians, you had bands, we've had many great musical performances over the year and stuff like that. But the thing that we're really leaning into today is the capital introductions piece of it. If you look around this room, people that are in the room here at SALT, we have about 200 asset managers here that have booths that are actively doing capital introduction centric meetings with all the allocators that we have participating here. So our partnership with iConnections has been very instrumental in growing that aspect of SALT. And I think the feedback that we've gotten from all of our members and people in our community is that they love sort of this hybrid format where you're taking the traditional iConnections cap intro format and merging it with the old SALT format where we have really prestigious speakers and high-level people in our audience and community that together creates sort of a unique event in the industry.
And it's something that we picked up on as well. We cover 10 to 15 conferences a year, and you know how big they can get, and everyone with their booths and the marketing and everything, thought it was super thoughtful in terms of how the timing was done with enough breaks in between and having all these meeting areas set up. That's why institutional professionals come to these events, because they have the opportunity to meet one-on-one in a more effective format.
Yeah, more structured, more curated. I think, again, this is how I sort of talk about how we differentiate ourselves from the average industry conference, is that you go to an industry conference, they have an event app, you can go on, you can message people and try to schedule meetings and things like that, but the app experience is central to what we do, and it's differentiated from most event apps. So, you come here as an asset manager, you put in a detailed profile about who you are, what you do, different metrics around your performance and Sharpe ratios and all that type of stuff, and then as an allocator, you're going in and you're putting in detailed information about who do you want to meet. And so we add value both to the managers and to the allocators, where an allocator might discover an emerging manager or a mid-sized manager at one of our conferences that they didn't know existed or they might not have a relationship with. So, it's the reason why allocators want to come here, not just to hear the great content, but also to meet new people and fund managers and companies that they might not have a great awareness of. And for managers, they come out of this having met allocators that they raise capital from and actually punching tickets. So that's what we really love, is the stories that we get about people coming here, meeting new people, and either allocating capital or raising capital.
Amazing. John, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.